going to be doing a video on some more Natasha Denona products. I absolutely love Natasha Denona's products. They're really great quality. This is a luxury brand, but really awesome. I did just do the Mini Glam palette review. Absolutely loved that palette. And now I have more Natasha Denona products to review today for you guys. So the products I'm going to be reviewing today are pretty much brand spanking new. They are the Love line. Great start. They're the Love line. I have the Love eyeshadow palette. I have the Love Glow cheek palette. And I have the 3 of the Oh-Phoria gloss and balms. So we're gonna dive right in. If you noticed, I look a little bit silly right now. I do have my under eyes baking. I just did my the majority of my face makeup. I did use the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer. I used the Chanel Healthy Glow Foundation, and I used the Anastasia Beverly Hills Contour Cream Kit, along with, and then I set my face with the Too Faced Peach setting powder. So now that you're all caught up, I'm going to leave this just in case I do have some fallout, and we're going to dive right in. So we're going to take a look at the Natasha Denona Love palette, the eyeshadow palette. It feels like it's good quality. It seems sturdy, and it is very beautiful color. I absolutely love pink, so I'm all about this packaging. It's very cute. When you open it up, it is very gorgeous. I have to just admire these colors for a hot minute. I'm going to swatch each line for you guys, because then it will make it a little bit quicker. This color here is called First. It is a matte, kind of peachy cream color. Then you have the color Lifetime. It is like a golden coppery color, kind of a more coppery, like orangey based gold. Then you have the color Heartbeat. It is like a nice reddish burgundy, again matte. Then you have Transparent, which is more of like a champagne-y color. It is like a kind of rosy champagne. It has that pinky kind of feel to it, but it does have that kind of champagne metallic-y feel. And the last one here is like a nice matte plummy purple, which is always gorgeous to have. This is the next line. At the top here we have a nice like fire engine, like a very nice true red. It is not like a bright red. I'm trying to build this up here for you so you can, there we go. My finger was a little bit wet, so it was going on patchy. So that's like a really true bright fiery red. Then you go to, that was Heart. Then you go to Giving, and in the palette it looks very pink, and on here it has a more peachy pink tone. It is a beautiful metallic. It has almost like a duochrome kind of vibe to it, and effect is the word I'm looking for. And it is kind of like a peachier pink, and then the like a more golden peachy pink, and then it kind of the, you know, chromy effect is very, you know, true hot pink. Then you go down to Pure Love, which so far might be one of my favorite colors on this palette. It is very interesting. So it is metallic, and it is kind of that duochrome as well. Like a reddish purple, but then it has a more purpley, like bright kind of lavendery purple duochrome to it, which is really nice. So you can see that one there in the middle. Then you get down to this darker purple. It is a more like, it's still very kind of plummy, but it is very rich, and it almost reminds me of like a satin texture. It kind of has a bit of like a shine to it. but it still kind of looks a little bit matte, so it's kind of like a hybrid, it's kind of like a mix, and it is a very deep dark purple. Then you go down to this one here, which is Blind, and it is a very nice silvery purple metallic. Okay, and then the last line here is just as gorgeous as the ones above. This one, first one here is called Soul, and it is a very beautiful kind of dusty rose reddish pink. Then you get down to Passion. It is another duochrome kind of metallic, and it is like a red kind of color, a little bit kind of on the burgundy side, and it has, you know, that kind of golden metallic to it. Then you have Intense, which is an intense pink. It almost has a coral vibe to it. And then you have Valentine below it, which is a very nice, you know, light kind of pale pink, very gorgeous. And then Dream is the last one here, and it is like a nice just kind of straight up purple. I'm going to dive right in, and I'm going to prime my eyes with the Fenty Beauty. It's always so hard for me to decide what I'm going to do. Like, looking at this palette, I could really go purple, I could really go red, I could really go pink. I really want to use this Pure Love. That is such a gorgeous color. I'm going to go in with my Smashbox shadow blending shadow blending brush, and go into the color Soul. That is that really gorgeous kind of dusty rose. And I'm going to start building my crease. I'm going to use, oh wow, very pigmented. I'm going to do circular motions and kind of build that in and blend it into the inner kind of crease and kind of softening it as it goes in. Now I'm going to take, sorry guys, where did that brush go? Here it is. I'm going to take a Morphe R39, and I'm going to go into Heartbeat. So this actually, and also the one thing I'd have to say about this color is it just seemed like when I swatched it, it didn't seem as dark as it on my eyes. So these colors are so pigmented, they might even be a little darker than you would expect. So just be careful when you're applying. I'm going in with Heartbeat with a smaller blending brush, and I'm just getting the smallest amount of pigment, and I'm gonna just pat it on the outer corner just to kind of darken that area a little bit. And it's gonna kind of give it some more depth and some more, you know, definition, and create that kind of blended ombre effect. Okay, so we're looking pretty bold here, and I do want to soften it. So I'm gonna go in with a Morphe E30, and I'm gonna actually take some of this Valentine and just pat it along the edge, and hopefully that's gonna soften and kind of help blend out that color. So do you see? Yeah, it already kind of helped adding that lighter color and just blending it kind of together. Still very bold, so these colors are very rich and pigmented. So now what I'm going to do is take Pure Love with my finger, and I'm going to pat it on the middle of my lid, kind of blending it softly into the outer crease, going to about 3/4 of the way in and leaving that like inner corner. So we'll brighten that up a little bit. And I'm just patting, I'm not swiping, I'm not moving it around, I'm just patting. And you don't want to overlap too much onto what you've done, or else you're going to kind of just blend all the colors together and it's going to look like a muddy mess. But yeah, so the patting motion with your finger is a really effective way to transfer metallics and shimmers without making a mess and getting it everywhere, and really getting that color to pop. So I don't know if you guys can see, like, it's very gorgeous, that metallic. It's so pretty. And then what I usually do then is I'm going to take the brush where I had that heartbeat, and I'm just going to kind of circular motion blend, so it kind of, you know, again reinforces that color, making sure that there's no, you know, none of that metallic sitting on top to kind of dull it. We're going to go into giving, and I'm going to use my finger and pat it on the inner part of my crease. It's not overly bright. It does have a lot of that pinkish color, so we're just going to pat it there to give it that really pink, metallic, gorgeous shine. And then we're going to brighten up the very inner corner so that we still get some of that glowy effect. So we're just patting, kind of blending it into that. Okay, so I really love these metallics. The metallics are very creamy, very blendable. I'm going to use the color Blind. It is very silvery, kind of, when you apply it, really pigmented. It is very silver and very pigmented, and almost like a grayish silver. Like, then when you blend it out, do you see how much softer that is? So I really want to brighten that inner corner, but I feel like the look is very gold. So what I'm going to do is pick it up on my finger, kind of dab it on my hand, and then start patting it on the inner corner. So I'm not applying an extreme amount. I'm going to bring this Blind, again still patting on my hand before applying, all the way underneath here. And I'm going to bring it in just a little bit because I really want this whole inner corner brightened. Yeah, that's better. Okay, so I actually really like that look. They ended up blending very nicely. Really dab it off first and then apply. So it's going to be a very light coat, a light application. Still is very pigmented, so I'm going to kind of blend that a little bit. Now I'm going to go into my lower lash line. I'm going to start with my Smashbox brush into Sole. I'm going to be very careful and just pat slowly and evenly along until I get the desired effect. And then I'm going back and forth once I've applied it where I want it to help blend that. And now I'm going to take my Morphe R39 into Heartbeat. Again, I'm not going to apply too much, just a little bit on the outer of the lower lash line. And then last but not least, I'm going to apply some of this Giving underneath in the center of my lash line. And then a little bit of that Blind, take it on my finger, pat it on my hand, and apply that on the inner lash line. And then I'm just going to blend that there. Okay, so I think that look turned out really nice. I think it definitely needs eyeliner because it is very pink and we need some black to contrast. I want to darken up here with something other than pink and like the reddish colors. I think it's a little bit too kind of red on my eyes. So I'm going to take a Morphe R34, dip into Commitment, and I'm just going to make sure to tap off all that excess because I want it to be a subtle So that I think looks a little better. Now I'm going to do eyeliner. I'm going to go in with my Urban Decay and kind of line my tight line. I don't do this every time, but I really should because it does help make your lashes look more voluminous. Now I'm going to take my Kat Von D and do a wing. I wasn't sure about this look, but I'm actually obsessed with how this turned out. Like, I feel like it's kind of one of those looks where you use some colors that first you're like, do these even go together? Like, is this gonna look good? And then it ends up being gorgeous. So I just feel like I really like how the pinks and the purples kind of blended together. And then I think that at the end, really darkening it with that commitment helped tie it all in. And then obviously when you add eyeliner, everything always looks, in my opinion, better when you add a winged eyeliner. I'm going to go in with my Physicians Formula Rose All Day mascara. You saw a review of this product last week, and I love it. It's seriously so great. I am going to apply false lashes, but I'm going to start with my Physicians Formula, and I'm going to curl my lashes. So I'll get back to you when that's all done. Okay guys, I'm back. I applied my false lashes and my mascara. I'm actually really feeling this look. I just have it on hand because I used it on my last video, in my video last week. I'm going to be using the Butter Bronzer, and I'm going to just kind of go over that because I did a cream contour, and I always like to do a little bit of the powder bronzer over top. Man, does these ever smell good. I love the Physicians Formula bronzers. It's funny, when I did my Physicians Formula video last week, my husband got home and he's like, "You look so tanned." And I'm like, "Yeah, because I used butter bronzer." He's like, "Did you like go to the beach or something?" And it's obviously a joke because it's Canada and it was like a foot of snow outside, but like -10. But still, man, my hair is just wild today. Dive right into the Natona. What did I just give up, Caitlin, just give up. Natasha Denona. Number one, I don't need to keep saying that because we all know I'm using Natasha Denona brand. Number two, it is not Natona. All right, I'm going to be using the Love Glow Cheek Palette. I've actually never used her face products. I've only used her eyeshadows. So this is nice. There is a cream base. So I'm obviously not going to use that today because powder. Didn't really think that through. I should have applied that because it is very pretty. It's not very pigmented. It would be very buildable. So the Super Glow is also a blush you could apply, which is this like peachy blush. It's very glowy, and I'm actually not a huge fan of glowy blushes. But we're going to try it out. So I'm going to show you this Glow Impact powder. That is that, very glowy. And do you see that? It is kind of a more natural, it's a golden, so it's a little bit more of a natural glow. It is really pretty. It's right here. And then we have the Diamond powder. This is it's almost glittery. So that is that right there. Very shimmery and like glittery. It looks very pink in this palette. Use the Super Glow, a very light amount for some cheek color, but like keeping it on the higher points of my cheeks. So you see I'm kind of keeping it high. I'm not coming down too low. So it does have a nice blush. And when you apply it with a brush, the shine is a lot more natural. So don't be scared when you swatch this and you're like, oh my goodness, this is too much shine for my cheeks. It really actually kind of gives you just a natural glow, which is really pretty. I actually really like this. Yay! I just wanted to show you this. Do you see how much like pigment has transferred onto everything? So just be careful, especially the fact that there's a cream blush beside it. I'm gonna kind of have to swipe all of that off because it got all over the cream blush. So yeah, just be careful because you pick up a lot of product, but because that color isn't so pigmented, you do kind of need a lot of it. So when you look at it like that, it looks like a very gorgeous blush. I'm actually loving this. I was a little bit disappointed a second ago because I was like, well, I'm not using it the way it's supposed to be used. I would have really liked to try that cream black base, so I'll do that next time. But just this on its own, it looks like a nice blush. It actually reminds me a little bit of Orgasm in terms of how much like shine and metallic is in it. So really, really pretty. And it really went with the eyes. Now I'm going to use the Glow Impact powder as my highlight. I'm going to take my Morphe M530. Oh wow, that's so pretty. Like, look at that. So nice. And very natural, I feel. Like, this would be like my day look highlight from this palette. Just for the fun of it, I'm actually going to apply a little bit of this diamond powder. So it almost just adds a little like glitter. You know what, this diamond powder, do you see how like much more shimmery my nose is? These highlights are actually so pretty. So when you look at this palette, it's a little bit intimidating, but guys, really just experiment with it because it's actually gorgeous. This palette is impressive. I'm really excited to try this cream base. Putting it on my hand, it just gives, you know, kind of a you know, more color to the skin, and then you could use that as a cream blush, or you could use the Super Glow as the powder blush, or you could use both if you wanted really, really rosy kind of pink cheeks. Then the diamond powder is very sparkly, but not as intimidating as it looks. Like, I even applied it all over my chest and you can barely notice it. I applied both highlights and it still looks just very, you know, gorgeously kind of naturally glowy. And then this Glow Impact powder is very soft, subtle, but very glowy and gorgeous. I really, really liked that. Last but very not least, we're gonna dive right into these Oh-Phoria. They are a gloss and balm, so it's gonna be hydrating and glossy. So these Oh-Phoria, on Natasha's website, it says an extra pampering lip balm to soothe, refresh, and reawake chapped and dry lips. Promotes the collagen delivery into the lips, ensuring short and long-term plumping and filling. So it does have a plumping effect, which is great. And hydration while also improving their elasticity. So the collagen is really good for your skin and just keeping it youthful. Its crystal-like brilliance intensifies the color vibrancy, flooding the lips with super juicy shine. Lips are younger, fuller, and perfectly defined, which is all amazing. Lips stay moist and protected while the presence of peppermint oil gives relief with a long-lasting cooling sensation. So that's really cool. I love lip glosses or lipsticks that kind of have that tingling feel. Not everybody likes that, but I really do. But this is like peppermint oil, so it's not going to be like that, like, you know, plumping effects on the lips. They can almost be like pins and needles. From what I'm reading, I don't think it's going to be that intense, but I'll let you know in a second. The emollient esters cushions lips for comfortable 8-hour wear. Packed with highest quality pure color pigments that drench lips in luminous duochrome color, 3D volumizing technology amplifies the lips and gives a supple glossy sheen. One swipe, high gloss color payoff for effortless application. Flexible formula moves with your lips and smooths over texture. This is the duochrome coral. Definitely smells pepperminty, which I am liking. Definitely pigmented. You see that? So it has that nice coral, but like a golden gloss to it. Really pretty. This is the nude. It is not duochrome. So I only got the duochrome in coral, and then I got nude and mauve. So still glossy, just not that like glittery. The mauve almost looks a little bit brown. See that? Okay, I'm gonna do something fun here. I'm gonna take the nude and I'm gonna apply it all over my lips. Very pigmented for a gloss. This color is nice. It's nice for when you want a very subtle lip, which actually I think kind of goes with today's look, but of course, me being me, it's not good enough. I just want to utilize this coral because it's so gorgeous. So I'm going to apply a little bit of that on top. When it says one swipe application, it's serious. Like, for a gloss to be that pigmented, it's really nice and definitely has that tingling feel, but it's pretty comfortable. It just feels kind of cooling. Great smell. Has a bit of that peppermint taste, which is nice. The color's gorgeous, like the payoff is great, and the gloss is beautiful. That duochrome has a really nice like shimmer to it. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys enjoyed these products just as much as I did. Let me know if you have these products. Let me know what you guys think of these products. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial and this look. Don't forget to like my video, give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, ring the bell while you're already there. Thanks so much for those of you who have subscribed. Thanks so much. Bye.